Hi everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Let me show you, we just finished our analysis for the report, I like to call it the big ass report for optimal cryptocurrency opportunities. So here's the overall report, and it does have a spreadsheet that I've also shown in the past, and there's all the data there. It's quite a lot, 300 and some plus pairs. So let's get to the report itself. Now this is sorted. I've not cleaned up this yet, and this is for obviously July 7th, Saturday. We just finished about half an hour ago. So here's all the opportunities. Looks like we only have one at this point. TNT, BTC. Try to line it up with the trading view pair. Let me just see what's going on here. There's something going on. I'm going to be cleaning up this. So we have two pairs that came up for today. So the first one is this WTC Ethereum. Let me just go into trading view and see what it says overall, if it's a buy or not, just to confirm it. Sometimes it can be wrong, which is fine, but this is part of the learning process to be able to Walton and Ethereum. Okay, so it's down, so it's a sell. So the last signal here or analysis was done 120% profit. Okay, so let's check this out. All right, so I'm not going to bother doing the group mean and all that, but I do find this quite interesting how it's a small number. Might be the volume I set the threshold. I just can't remember what it was, but it's probably 20 million or something like that. So let's get to the actual pair. Okay, so here's, I believe this is the pair. Okay, so here we go. So I would say the volatility is fairly high compared to my last analysis of a group, which was quite a number of around 8%. The volume is at 13,000, which is fairly low. As usual, we have our buying signal right here. So you can see here it's come down in half since February, but it does have an overall long-term upper trend here. So it's undervalued. Actually, it's within our golden zone. So the trend's there for it to move potentially up. This is the daily returns. Now that is an interesting distribution. So I'd probably say there's more negative in there. We've done a bullish bat, which is good. Now here's the CDL3 outside. And that's a bearish signal. So if you ask me, once I see anything bearish, I am not going to be interested in it. But we do have an upward trend here. It's below that. Here's another interesting one. The moving averages are moving apart. Let me just see here. Okay, so this is a 6-month analysis. So let's go to the 30-month, the 30-day. So we have here some kind of market correction or reversal potentially happening here, but it had a bearish signal. So this is one of those situations where momentum was building. This is the funny thing. Once that RSI, this is consistent now. Once it's below 30. It does have sometimes an upward move, as you can see here. This may be some form of bottom forming. Who knows? But what you need to confirm there is via the momentum. It did build and it's come back off. And that's in the last, today's the 7th, as I said, so it's a little negative. And you can kind of compare it historically. So is there anything better? Probably not, but I mean, it's this RSI business that seems to always get your attention, because time and time again, you can see here it built up, RSI gets hit back. Once it hits that upper bound of 70, comes back, and then now it's been beaten down and it's coming back. So something to watch. But again, this is a bullish bat, but when you look at this candle reversal, I don't know. I definitely put this on a watch list, because this may not take off, but it may come back, especially if Bitcoin comes back, and it does have that upward long-term trend. We got a buy signal. That's a tough one, but let's check out the next one. Boy, oh boy. So we got TNT BTC. So here we go. So again, it's slightly, again, above the trend, group trend of last week at 8% or 8. The volume is a little better than the other. Let's see what the trading view is of this. So that's on Binance, the exchange that we're using. So here, it's a sell again. Let's just do a comparison. You'll be seeing me do more of this with, let's just say Bitfinex for now. Let's see what's happening on the momentum. See here, everything, even once you see Bitcoin being selling outlook, that's overall probably for all cryptocurrencies, because when you go into coin market cap, and historically what I've seen is when, see, there's been no change in Bitcoin over the last 24 hours, but still a majority of them are negative, as you can see here. Some positive, but this market's still getting beaten down. So there is that. Okay, so let's continue looking at this report here. So it is within the range, or less than the golden range. We have a buy signal here. We have a downtrend, below trend. Again, this is so tight here in the Fibonacci levels. Slightly more negative. It's probably why there's a long-term downtrend. But here's where it's interesting. Now, again, when you look at these trends, again with the Fibonacci levels, it's a maximum to minimum. There's been 1-2 touches. So if it does break through, this may be something to get into. If you want a classic entry point, you want to enter in historically at the 50 level here, 0.5 level of Fibonacci. But look at the value of these coins here. So you may want to enter at, actually right here, at the 0.079, but maybe if it comes back, but you can see how close it's getting to zero, but the volume is enough for it to still have an interest that I'm assuming that it does have some upward momentum, but we'll be able to gauge that. Again, it's still undervalued. The momentum's pretty well flat, as you see here. There is no harmonic patterns or candlestick patterns being generated that I've seen. So I don't know. Here's the 30-day, but it has bounced back from zero. Not even sure. It's so minuscule. But again, it doesn't matter about that. But once it hits that negative, that 30 level, it seems to bounce back, and that's time and time again. No harmonic patterns, no candlesticks that I see. So I'm gonna probably say stay out of the market, but add these to your watch list. And for me, what I would be looking for is watching the RSI consistently, because that seems to be very consistent. The other thing I'd be looking for are the moving averages, the spread of them. the 30-day. So you can see here that the EMA, the 200, the SMA is still below, so it's still undervalued. It has popped a little bit. You probably can get a good return there if you're into trading on the minuscule. Maybe it is worth buying into because you have very little risk considering the price. But if it does move up like it is now, but there's just no candlestick patterns being generated. Interesting set, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be a lot of activity going on in the crypto markets. Maybe it's because of the weekend, I'm not sure. But we shall talk to you later. Over and out.